problem comes from page 425, problem number 20. It's where you have a radical on both sides, so you have a square root on both sides of the equation. And so this is going to take a little bit of work to solve, but if you just go step by step, you should be able to solve it. First of all, we need to try to, you notice there's a square root on both sides, so we could get rid of one of those by squaring each side to get rid of the square root. So once you've done that, you have to use your perfect square. Right here where this is a perfect square, you're going to have to use square, squishy double square, or FOIL. Okay, so if I square this first term right here, if I square that, it will be the square of a square root, which will give you y plus 21. Then, if you put the two together, so this is like doing outer and inner together, you are going to get negative 2 square roots of y plus 21. So that gives you two of those, because it would be like outer and inner together. And then the last thing you do is square the last term, and that's a negative 1 times a negative 1, which is positive 1. On the other side of the equation, a square and a square root, so you have a square with a square root, those will cancel each other out to make y plus 12. Now, the rest of this is pretty much getting everything to one side and trying to isolate this square root by itself. Notice, though, that there's a y on this side of the equation and a y on this side of the equation. So those will cancel each other out, because if you were to minus y from this side and minus y from this side, those would just cancel each other out. Okay? So you would get those to cancel. Now, I can take the 21 right here, minus 21, take it over here and minus it from the 12. Okay? That will cancel the 21s out on the left side and leave you with negative 2 square roots of y plus 21 plus 1 equals, the only thing you're going to have left over here is a negative 9. Now, we could also subtract 1 from both sides. So if we do that, that's going to leave you negative 2 square root y plus 21 equals negative 10. Divide both sides by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Now, you will have the negative 2's cancel each other out, and you'll have the square root y plus 21 isolated to one side. Alright? So, get rid of the square. You've worked on this. The square root, you square it. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other side. Now, if you square all of this, okay, that is going to give you y plus 21. Square and the square root cancel each other out. Right, they cancel each other out. And on this side, you will have 25. Okay, once you have that 25, you can just minus 21 if you can see the end of this. Alright, y equals, subtract that, you will get 4. So your final answer would be 4. And you make sure you plug that back in. Plug that answer of 4 back into your original problem. So go back up to the very top. Plug that back in. So right into this spot right there. Alright, make sure you plug in right there, and plug in right there. Obviously, you're not going to have the squares there anymore, so they weren't in the original problem. And just make sure that when I plug 4 in, that you get a true answer. That's how you solve that problem.